blue team with Nunu, there's common opening, and then purple comes back with a Thresh. Nothing new.
Yep, pretty basic. There's a lot of champions who people feel are must field. There's another one, Twisted Fate.
I think that's in regards to blue team Jezie getting properly trounced by Twisted Fate in that mid lane in round 1. I spoke with Jezie after the match, and he definitely said every time that he saw the Destiny coming in that there's a little cringe.
It's just one of those champions that's so hard to play around because it means you have to just be passive in your lanes at all times, almost. Continue.
Like you mentioned, Warmonks, another counterplay to Twisted Fate is to bring the fight to him. So Destiny doesn't do much if the fight's already on top of Twisted Fate. So if you can force him to engage over and over again. But back to this game.
So we see a Lee Sin, very common play. Hopefully we'll see some channeled insects. The ward hop behind people or flash behind people, kick them into your team engages. Always fun to see.
And right now, purple team just kind of trolling through some picks. We got a Teemo and a Karma. Just to go with the rest of the bands here, we got Elise, Jace, and Rise. Very common picks. Elise, you want to get that repel off the board. You don't want to deal with it. Jace, still waiting for his nerf, and until then, his utility is just so good. And then Rise, we all know the get a couple items. It doesn't really matter what they are or what they do, and then you hit some combination of buttons. All of them, just hit them all at once and repeatedly, and characters die.
Yep.
So.
Vayne Lulu is a very strong lane. Vayne is really interested in finding peelers and disengage in his supports so that he can farm safely. Well, she can farm safely. Just Vayne's laning phase is pretty weak, but her endgame is so strong.
I also think it's also good with Lulu's Glitter Lance and Whimsy combo. Vayne is able to get just 1 or 2 extra auto attacks to maybe proc those Silver Bolts one more time.
It's absolutely perfect. Also, if Lulu lands a Glitter Lance, setting up Condemn with Vayne is very easy. Well, much easier than without the Glitter Lance slow. To answer right back though, that's a Caitlyn Nami bot lane, and that's definitely what you do not want to see as Vayne. Caitlyn outranges you, outtrades you, outpokes you, outharasses you. Everything you do laning phase badly, she does well. So it can be a really hard lane, but if Vayne manages to get past that and spike, she'll definitely be able to turn the game around.
And then just throwing a couple comments in on my area of minimal expertise, but with the support, Nami's going to offer the advantages of the Aqua Prison, which is some hard CC. Very difficult to land, but high reward when you do. The sustain off of her W, and then of course, depending how you skill, that E does give Kate the ability to trade even larger amounts of damage. So it's definitely something to keep in mind when you're facing a Nami, is she does have the ability to give a steroid to her ADC if she chooses to skill in such a manner.
Nami is a very strong support, and we've been seeing a lot of her tonight.
And then
actually, she's very common in the LCS too. Go for it.
Going over to purple team, we got some picks of Nocturne and Orianna. Orianna, very common mid laner. Command Shockwave, just one of those skills that can just reposition and completely blow a team fight wide open. Nocturne, not terribly popular right now, but not to say he is bad by any means. What are your thoughts on that?
Nocturne's pretty uncommon, just he's not as effective early as a lot of the junglers that are kind of flavor of the month right now. When he gets his ult, he still has a very strong ganking presence, so it's not like he's bad or anything, he's just kind of out of flavor. His ult and Command Shockwave out of Orianna is a very potent combo and a very potent engage. Almost out of nowhere, someone can jump on the enemy mid laner and instantly nuke them, flip them, fear them, etc.
Very good points. The blue team rounding off their picks with a Shen and a Wukong. So by the looks of it, that'll be a Wukong mid.
Very uncommon. I'm looking to see this through. Wukong can be a really strong lane bully against really passive mid laners who don't spike early, just because you can get up in their face and attack them a lot. So hopefully he'll be able to dash in on Orianna and get some poke in for getting slowed and disengaged.
No, just kind of thinking this out, we could see Lee Sin actually going to the mid lane, going with a Froggen-esque mid lane harass. You know, that Q makes it very easy to land in on the opposing AP casters, and then you can throw either Wukong or Shen in the jungle. But we'll just have to wait and see here what we end up with.
We have a Yorick coming out from Purple Team as our 5th pick. Yorick is very uncommon, and I think he's actually somewhat underrated, especially with an AD carry like Vayne. Just when you get to those mid-game and game team fights, having 2 Vaynes is pretty much the best 2 champions you could have on your team at any one time.
2 Vaynes is always better than 1.
Yep.
And I know Yorick is one of those champions that I believe was getting some play in the Garena League, if I remember correctly, and that's just because kind of the joke is the only thing to counter a Yorick is a Yorick band, but most teams don't want to spend one of those 3 precious bands on a character like Yorick, who, while he might not be easy to counter, he doesn't really go hyper carry late game.
Yeah,
so
you're not really too worried if the enemy Yorick wins their lane and goes 6-0. He's still just ult the AD carry and have an extra AD carry in a team fight.
Yeah, that's about it. So it's not too terribly intimidating by any means. So while we get to the countdown here,
just looking at the engages out of these teams, from blue team, Wukong, Nami, and Shen all have pretty strong initiations. Well, Shen has great counter engage, but Wukong and Nami will be tidal waving, and I can't remember what Wukong's ult is. But those 2 abilities are going to be engaging a lot of fights, whereas out of purple team, we see a lot of disengage. Their whole game plan is, let's keep Vayne alive as long as possible, or let's make 2 Vaynes, or let's make a giant Vayne. So we'll have to see if the dive comp is going to beat out the protect the carry comp.
Wukong's ultimate is called Cyclone.
Cyclone. Okay,
Cyclone,
I thought it had
yeah.
Monkey Cyclone or
Yeah, it's just
Cyclone.
spinny, toppy, monkey spin top. So interesting to note, looks like Vayne over here picked up herself a cleanse. And looking over at blue team, Cyclone is a knockup.
It is a knockup, and Nami's tidal wave is a knockup, and her bubble aqua prison are all knockups. So cleanse will not work against those.
Okay. The taunt though.
The taunt, it'll clean off the taunt, it'll clean off the trap, it'll clean off Lee Sin slow. One of the things that I like to do when I play Vayne, especially against comps like these, instead of getting cleanse, I just try and rush a Quicksilver Sash as early as possible, because that removes a lot of negation. It doesn't remove knockups, but it will remove Lee Sin's Q, which, if you can time it right, can actually be pretty strong. It can remove Shen ult, it can remove slows, it can remove the armor reduction of Wukong.
Those are all important things to note, and definitely a strategy that you might see in your, solo queue games nearby. So while waiting for this timer to go down, right now I think we're going to have a pretty aggressive early game out of Lee Sin. I think he'll be able to, stoning on Lee Sin will be able to identify pretty early that Nocturne. Nocturne is supporting the non-conventional set of summoners.
I tend to also run that on Nocturne. It's pretty standard for him. He already has the 1 gap closer, and if you land his Q, which is pretty easy if you ult to them, you don't really need another gap closer, so being able to have the staking power that Exhaust gives you tends to be more useful.
Definitely during the early game, though, pre-6, that would make it where if Lee Sin, chooses to counter jungle, he's going to have quite a bit more, I would say, counterplay available to him, simply with the fact that he can just jump on top of people, and there's not really much for Nocturne to get away that instant, especially with the slows applied by Lee Sin. But we'll have to wait and see. I know I've seen the Smite Exhaust out of jungle Nocturnes before, and I'm sure they know a lot better than we do in regards to the application of Exhaust versus Flash.
Alright, here we are getting in the loading screen. Always a fun part. So what do you think the engage plans of these teams are?
Looking at the comps here, I would have to say we're going to... I think blue side definitely has a much stronger pick potential with Lee Sin and Wukong. And I really think blue team is going to be the one kind of setting the pace with their engages. The ability for Wukong to jump into a fight, Cyclone, Shen to ult him, and then just taunt, across multiple members. It's very strong. And being able to pick off the Orianna. Really, I'd say the biggest thing that's going to come down to is purple team is really lacking in damage, especially in that mid game. This is barring someone getting fed.
They're really on the let's protect Vayne plan, and if blue team manages to shut down Vayne, it's going to be a really, really big hindrance to their endgame team comp. So we really have to rely on Phoenix's skill, or hashtag Vayne mechanics, if you will, throughout this game, because that's going to be probably one of the biggest dependents of the outcome of this game.
I think another thing to note is the composition out of blue team is AD, just AD across the board. So that's going to make building for that's going to make the builds for purple team definitely a little more armor based. Getting into the game right now for you. Another thing to note is going to be the interesting interaction between what I assume is going to be the Wukong mid, as he is the better bully, against the Orianna.
Yeah.
And Pink's going out across the map by purple team, just kind of letting, I'm assuming that'd be the captain there, just letting his teammates know. And by the looks of it, we've got a...
hey, are you showing the stream right now, or are you currently showing...
It is up. Okay. There's a 30-second delay, so it'll fire off in a few seconds.
That's right. I forgot. And do you have the profiles in the right order?
I am getting those flipped as we speak.
Alright, and we have a pause going down. Not really sure what it's for. It seems like Wukong is stuck in the loading screen. So let's see if that's bug splat or if he's just going to be able to reconnect.
I'm hoping for no bug splat. I've seen enough bug splat to last me a week, a month.
There is no fun in seeing that screen.
No. Right now I have them lined up. Looks like Wukong reconnected, no problem. Alright, just to give a little backstory, we were casting some games last night for another league, and we experienced the rare and elusive bug splat triple kill. It was pretty much the worst thing ever. We had over 45 minutes of loading and reloading. But
alright, and we're in. So it looks like Yorick and Shen will be the top lane. They're at least hanging out up there right now. Then again, Caitlyn and Nami are hanging out mid, so they may or may not stay there.
Looks like we get a little action towards the bottom. Orianna finding that Lee Sin down there.
And Ori is actually relatively good at stopping the invade level 1 because of the fact she can just throw her ball like it was just in the bush Lulu was standing in. Effectively cutting off that path for the team. And do that enough and they won't really engage.
A pretty hard engaged top here by Yorick. Looks like he's just going to trade some damage, eat up a pot by Shen. Possibly force Shen to back here. But
there's not really much harm in backing right now. You'll still get to the lane before the creeps have contact, so it's not like you miss anything.
He did eat up that pot, so there might be the possibility of him keeping... Nope, Shen was able to buy a pot back, so really just caused some inconvenience for him, warmed up the fingers.
He would have bought 6 pots, but the 5 pot maximum stopped him, so him using a pot wasn't that big of a deal.
Absolutely. And by the looks of things here, Lee Sin is going to be able to clear this red buff unimpeded along with Nocturne on the blue. So pretty passive play to start it out.
And this is the game Nocturne wants. Nocturne isn't very good early, and Lee Sin is pretty stellar early. So Nocturne's game plan is to get to where he can ult lanes.
I think for this match, the lane to watch is probably going to be this mid lane with Wukong. Definitely offers a matchup that's not widely seen. Well, it's probably a little more seen and a hard engage there by Wukong. I think that's pretty indicative of what we're going to see here out of this mid lane. It's just Wukong coming in over and over again as his, as his Nimbus strike comes off a cooldown. So about every 8 seconds.
It looks like Nocturne tried to invade red buff. Lee Sin started though, so he had an advantage. And I guess Nocturne was spotted on a ward because Lee Sin is grabbing his red buff. And there's an engagement mid. Will Nocturne and Ori be able to pick this up?
And doesn't look like it. Lee Sen's kind of looping around. Looks like Wukong's pretty aware.
This could be a pretty bad fight for purple team here. Lee Sen's power early game is just so high. He lands a Q, goes in, but walked out of tower range. It looks like Wukong's going deep, and there's a pause on the tower dive. That's inconvenient. Wow. And it looks like there's a bug with Wukong's armor that he has 1,000.
He has 10
MR.
Yeah, he has 1000. Wow.
That
yes.
is OP.
That would explain why Hank M on Wukong has taken 0 damage. By the looks of it, we're gonna have a remake here. Apologies for that, guys, but sometimes bugs do happen, and I would say 1000 armor is probably something you don't want to play against as a level 2 Orianna.
And interestingly enough, they stopped that about 1 second before First Blood was drawn, as you can barely see by the health bar on Super Metroid. And I believe the rule is First Blood or First Pause. I bet they'd make an exception for this, but you never know.
Yep. They're definitely going to take a look at this one. It's pretty obvious by the, health of Hank M or Wukong's health bar that something was amiss.
Yeah, that tower did about 100 health. I wish I had that kind of armor in level 1 dives.
So, in the meantime, we're going to black this out for you, and we're going to do a little investigating here. Hopefully we can get to... I'm going to message some captains here. See what we can do. Just so everyone knows, during the remake there should be same champions. I believe same summoners are still encouraged. I believe it's supposed to be no changes.
I think it has to be same summoners as well.
Yeah, same summoners, and I also believe it should be same rune pages. But I'm not exactly sure on the rune page section. So hopefully this will just be a fast remake. I'm sure they're going to double check with some rules here and just run it by the tournament organizers and or head judge / grand marshal / grand poobah, whatever they call it, in the Judgment League. So it's really interesting to see how that engaged there mechanically. While it was obviously a bit skewed because of Wukong taking no damage, there was some very heads-up play by Hank M and Stoning. Hank M's Wukong just kiting the best he could to attempt to get Stoning down there after stealing the red buff from Nocturne, and really just understanding, their characters had the advantage that early. Alright. Does look like we have a remake here.
Yep, so we're in pregame lobby already. They're still doing tournament draft, which is probably a waste, but go figure. Did you get an invite?
No, I'm just looking for Jezie's game.
Yeah, it's still called Jezie's game.
Yeah, they said there's no password, so I have a feeling this is gonna go really badly. Alright.
Yeah, that's the one though. Just hit spectate.
Oh yeah, they probably manually invited the whole thing. Alright. Yeah, that's definitely a new one. That is definitely a new one.
I think I've read something about that on Reddit, but it happens.
Well, Riot, you saw it here first. At least that's what I'm gonna say. And looks like we had a dodge. It looks like Jezie dropped out of that one.
Wonderful.
Not exactly sure what happened there, but I know there are some pretty hard and fast rules in regards to drops, be it drops or kicks or internet problems. So hopefully we can get this game fired off before this game goes to a technicality. And Jezie's connected up again, no problem. We could reshoutcast this fantastic champion select screen, but there's really no need. This should be the exact same picks as before. Yeah, they're just banning characters at random. So.
Ooh, Aatrox ban. I thought somebody would play him.
Followed by a Scion. I have a feeling we're gonna. Yep, we got the infamous Aatrox Scion Sivir. That's Aatrox Scion Sivir. And ban champions for purple team.
Those are all, I believe, target bans. They're all champions that are more likely to get the bonus 1000 armor buff. So I think that's what purple team was thinking about going into that.
Pretty strong ban. They wouldn't want to get their ass handed to them or anything.
Yeah.
And then ban champions, we've got, well, Pantheon, Ari, Cassiopeia, the old pack over on blue team. Yep, picks up real quick. And
It's almost as good as the ASS on the other team. I don't know if I'm allowed to say words on stream or not, so I'm just not going to.
50-50. We're just, hopefully no one at home can spell.
Yeah. I mean, I figure if you play League, you've at least heard the F word, like, written 1,000 times. So.
Unfortunately, with the way the community goes, that's absolutely true. Then with all the chat filter dodges, and so the YOLO Submarine, aka Warmonks and ShambleShark's public service announcement. Keep it clean on League. There's no reason to get all angry and nasty with the words. It's a game. Have some fun. Uh-oh.
So if any of you guys are joining us, the game crashed. Well, it didn't crash. There was a bug. Wukong had 1,000 MR in armor at level 1. So we're restarting the game. We're just now getting into it. We have the 3-minute delay. And earlier on we were talking about the team comps a little bit. Kent, do you have anything to say about the team comps?
I really think the interesting thing is going to be that mid lane with the Wukong and his
your screen is showing the Judgment League screen.
Yes,
as well.
I'm going to leave it up while the delay kicks on because we got another 2.5 minutes of delay.
I think the people want to see the champions at least.
Alrighty, we'll go with the champion select. There we go. For those who are not aware. Whoop, there it is. So
just for those that missed the original screen.
Okay, and I guess we can also drop, well, the spell blocker is down. Perfect. Sorry guys about dragging the stuff on top of each other. My other monitor went down, so we're going to get that fixed up so I actually look like I know what I'm doing. But in the meantime, excuse me, I really think the mid lane with the Wukong Orianna interaction will be pretty interesting. And I also think top lane, while not as interesting, I definitely think Yorick is a pretty good pick against that Shen.
He's one of the few champions that can lane against Shen effectively. Probably just nothing's going to happen up there. Yorick's not really going to be able to kill Shen. Shen's not going to be able to kill Yorick, so... Yorick's just going to zone him out and probably out CS him, but that's about it.
I think Yorick should be able to apply a good amount of pressure, and so if Shen does decide that he needs to ult, he might be doing that at the cost of his turret, which is definitely a good way to counter the global type champions that really want to get around the map, start roaming, or have ultimates that just assist all over the places. You just keep pushing their first tower, and then if they don't respond, you push their second tower, and then if they don't respond, suddenly you're on an inhibitor, and things get pretty elementary from there. But beyond that, I mean, we've discussed bot lane a little bit. I think it's definitely going to be a matter of Jezie's poke on Caitlyn versus the Obzn Phoenix # Vayne mechanics. Hopefully he can lift his way to victory. But we'll have to see. I think Lulu, like you mentioned, was definitely a strong pick, and if they can get the right engagement at the right time, probably in that level 4 to 5 area, they might have the chance to just be able to, take out Caitlyn or Nami pretty quickly.
With Vayne, you usually want to wait until you're level 6 and you get a jungler gank. I bet that's what we're going to see because Nocturne ulting onto Caitlyn and then Lulu ulting Nocturne is going to cause issues for Caitlyn, especially if you've got an invisible Vayne flying all over the place.
Yeah, that'll definitely be something that we'll be we'll be looking for without a doubt.
Alright, here we go into loading screen. Almost as fun as Champion Select.
And we just got the Black Judgment screen up right now. My overlay for the loading screen was a little sketchy.
Is there even a loading screen for an overlay for the loading screen?
There is one. It's really just giving a little detail to it, but I'll just throw the in-game overlay over the top and we'll look all redneck and haggard for a couple of minutes. But
gotta keep it classy.
yeah, that's what we do. But getting into the real important part of this game, I actually would like to take a look at the skin war. And if my math is correct, I think Purple Team is taking a pretty commanding lead. They've definitely got the 4-3 lead. I'm not sure if Vane was wearing a skin, but that would be a pretty big advantage.
Even with the DC Vane handicap, they still won the skin war. That's how much time they've committed to this game.
Yes, I will have to say that Jade Dragon Wukong is nothing to be ignored, but the Rally Bat Shin over there is definitely another nice one. Don't fully understand the headphones with that, but that was a skin designed by TPA, so we're just going to kind of let it be.
They can do what they want to do.
Yeah, well, when you got the cup, you just kind of wave it around like you just don't care.
I think you get to.
I think you're allowed to do. I wonder if they get to spend a day with the cup, like Stanley Cup style.
Maybe just drink shit out of it.
Yeah, I would
fill it up.
I would definitely, enjoy I'd probably go and take it places and see how many people I can get to, actually be like, oh yeah, I know what that is. I mean, when most of the time people are just gonna be like, yeah, okay, nice cup.
And it seems we have a pause in the game, so I wonder which champion is disconnected and will have 1,000 MR and armor.
Looks like Vane connected, and she was the last one, so...
Wukong is standing in the middle of the summon stone, the fountain.
Yep.
And that always tells me they're AFK because you spawn that pentagram formation around it, and then you walk to the middle if you disconnected. So we'll see.
Got some nice in-game chatter here by the teams. It's always good to see, a little bit of friendly banter back and forth. And it really just starts to bring to light that, League of Legends is a game that, while it is fun to compete and get after it, when it comes down to it, the game is really quite entertaining and pretty funny. I mean, thinking about how many hours you spend in front of the screen, hoping for that one good engage or that pentakill. Because that's what we're really going for, is the pentakill.
That's what I'd like to see in this game. It looks like Wukong is connected. Let's see how much armor he has.
2, 1, and Wukong sporting the traditional 31-38. Looks like he's got some... I believe that would mean he picked up some extra magic resist runes. But we'll have to see.
Alright, I wonder if they're going to have the same level 1 strategies as they did last game. So it looks like they're all making a beeline towards mid lane. I wonder if people are going for wards or battle opportunities.
Looks like Yorick is positioning himself back up towards that tri-bush. But by the looks of it, blue team is grouping as 5.
There might be contact here. Lee Sin loves invading. His resonating strike is quite strong, level 1.
I'm going to keep this camera fixed on Lee Sin here. But by the looks of it, we're just going to get a whole lot of nothing. So, unfortunate. Looks like people are going to back off here. Lee Sin might be looking for a late invade here.
Looking to get lucky, as I like to say.
But definitely a standard defense here by Purple Team. You've got Orianna able to cover both sections of this bush here. Well, she's able to cover the river bush here while staying very safe down in the J bush. And then Lee Sin, Wukong, and Shin kind of doing the similar thing. A lot of pings going out by blue side. Some wards traded down here. By the looks of it, that was the Explorer ward from... Nope.
Are they going balls deep on the tower? What? Looks like Wukong apparently has 1,035 armor. Well,
all right.
That's strange.
First blood.
Yeah, looks like Lee Sin does not have the armor, so those go down as well. Purple team's going deep on Caitlyn. Wukong turns back around with 1,000 armor. He's able to tank quite a bit. Bubble on 4. Looks like Kate will take down Lulu.
Shin comes in with the taunt backside. And we might have a level... almost a level 1 ace.
No, that's a level 1 ace. Oh, not a level ace. Not a level 1 ace. But, level 1 killed all 5 people. Wukong banned.
That's definitely an interesting situation. Oh, good taunt in there by Shen, followed up by an Aqua Prison. Looks like Nocturne's disconnecting. He's had enough of these shenanigans.
Yeah, we've been waiting all day to start some League, and then this happens.
Yeah. Lee Sin realizing that he does not quite have the armor of the fabled Wukong and getting blown apart by the tier 2 turret. Wukong with a little creep lock here.
Wukong is diving deep, able to tank 12 tower hits. Is definitely an advantage in this situation. And will he walk out? Looks like he will go down to the, I believe that was 7th tower hit.
17th. It's a big number.
Well, this is a letdown.
I apologize, guys. Looks like I just got the bad luck. Lee Sin lands a pretty good resonating strike on Vayne, but
Can't really go in that situation. This team's not really set up to prepare. It looks like we will be playing an ARAM this game, so those of you who like the Howling Abyss.
we got it OG style.
And Wukong's armor is actually back to normal. He has 35 armor and 4 magic resist.
I think it's actually been occurring on his on his cloud shifts or on his Nimbus strikes, excuse me.
I think it's his passive.
You think it's his passive?
Yeah. Oh, and it looks like Blue Team's going deep with an amazing bubble on 2. Yeah, Wukong's passive, Stone Skin, his armor and MR increased for each nearby enemy champion.
Oh, so there's probably some bugging going on, maybe with Yorick's creation of little dudes. But that didn't occur the first game, so I'm not really sure. Who knows? Riot, please. Riot, please.
Sounds about right. So you guys now know the tech for solo queue, if you're trying to follow the pros, is pick Wukong, tower dive level 1.
Mm-hmm.
There goes Wukong, but he will go down. He does not have 1,000 armor anymore.
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if that's a, not really sure if this would be like a cute game type error. Like if this would occur, let's say if they made it as a, normal blind pick.
You never know.
Yeah.
At least I don't know.
It's all speculation, so...
I'm a computer science major, and just the fact that it means some number somewhere was set incorrectly in just some document that's specific to one specific instance. Don't really know which one it is, but it could be just about
I believe
anywhere.
needle haystack. Obviously, it's a looping error, and they didn't set the end of their if-then statement to actually stop, so it just kept adding armor.
I'm thinking it might also just be the fact that instead of giving him, 4 armor per champion, it was giving 200 armor per champion.
That's a slight math error. It's no big. That's only a, by 50.
Yeah, it's not bad. Alright, not really sure what the plan is.
Nice little hard engage here.
Amazing bubble.
And Vayne is going to go down to the Ignite. And by the looks of it, Blue Team is the better ARAM squad.
They definitely are. Vayne is a pretty weakened ARAM. She doesn't really do anything until she spikes around level 11 or 12. whereas Caitlyn is good from level 4 on, so that might have something to do with it. Bicycle has also been absolutely stellar with those prisons, and that could also add. I believe he's hit 3 people twice now and 4 people once.
So right now, if anyone in the chat knows a quick fix to this bug, or you know, a suggestion, right now it looks like the players in game are gonna go with the old Suicide Wukong level 1, but my issue with that is we're not sure when it's actually popping up. Let's take a look here at Wukong. Wukong still at 54, 57 armor, so.
Staying where it needs to. Looks like Wukong was able to pick up another kill though before he flashes out of safety. Shen with an amazing flash on onto Yorick. Yorick would go down and at least walk away with barely any health. All 3 of blue team is quite low, so can't really tank any tower hits here. Looks like Lee's going deep, and a taunt onto Ori will pick up 2 kills.
Well, this is really, yeah. Just try to chat it through with some of the captains, see what we can do about this, but by the looks of it, half the team has got other commitments outside of the game tomorrow, so they don't want to remake. So, unfortunately, we might not see an actual game here as much as I'd like to. Yeah, you know, sometimes things happen, I guess. But in the meantime, we'll just enjoy this little ARAM action.
Yeah, it looks like they're having fun.
Oh, Jezie recalling, violating. Oh, nope, cancels the recall with some proper ARAM flair. I'm not sure how she picked up that BF sword, if there's, you know, if it's proper ARAM here, but oh, Vayne getting caught out by the Wukong, gets away. Nope, Shen backlines it. Fantastic use of the taunt there.
And it looks like the focus is Yorick. Yorick goes down and chase on and Nocturne. Nocturne turns and he's taken down.
Yeah. I think Lee Sin here could land a fantastic resonating strike. I swear he curved that around the minion.
He was aiming for it, and Wukong just melting Oriana. Like she is getting buttered. That Black Cleaver early is definitely how it works.
See? Oh, and Yorick calling out Kate for her early recall. Oh, and Yorick went through the jungle. Okay. For those who don't know, ARAM on Summoner's Rift. No use of the jungle. No recalls. No teleports. And I believe no revive, but I'm not sure on that last one.
Revive is okay. Guardian Angel is okay.
Yep. Okay. I know teleport is a no-no.
Then again, when ARAM was Summoner's Rift game type, it didn't really have an official way. It was kind of how everyone played. It was more of a casual game type. Well, it still is, but even more so. Looks like Purple's going deep on Kate. Towers there. Beautiful tidal wave knocks in all 4 of the team. Counter engage goes on. Vayne's the target.
I think Vayne's going to go down here to some good Kate play. Blocked there by Lulu on the headshot. Oh.
Shen with a great ult. Lee Sin follows it up, but Lee Sin goes down. Shen with a great taunt on the Vayne. Gigantify to counter.
And Cyclone by Wukong should wrap that up. That stand united by Shen back there was just very good. Wukong trying to monkey shenanigans into the turret there.
If Lee Sin had a little bit more mana when Shen ulted, it would have played out a lot better. He needed to build his energy up so he could resonating strike to the target. If he had gotten that resonating strike before teleported in, Shen would have been in the middle of their team already.
Which would have been a 3-person taunt leading into a fantastic Cyclone. You're getting caught out a little bit here.
Looks like Nocturne's going deep. Vayne with the ult, he's chasing. Wukong out. Flash onto Caitlyn, Caitlyn down. Looks like Vayne will drop.
Vayne going down to that strong Lee Sin and Shin. Lee Sin double kill.
Lee Sin is still chasing. He might pick up the Orianna. Barely picks it up before he's killed. And Nami is booking a beautiful prison on Yorick. She turns, but the Lulu shield might prove to be too much.
Well,
she'll go down.
When it's Tiamat Tuesday, it's Tiamat Tuesday. And Lee Sin got the memo. Oh, yeah, now it's Hydra whatever. No, Hydra Tuesday's no fun. No fun, Lee Sin. Yorick going deep here, getting the execute on the tower, a next level ARAM strategy. Recalls are not allowed, but executes are A-okay.
The important thing about that, though, is you're not allowed to leave mid, so the only time you can do that is if you kill all of the other team. Otherwise, they're at the tower. I like the pink ward setup from purple team, almost expecting blue team to put down the tanks to keep track of Vayne when she ults. But it does not seem necessary. Oh, never mind, those are blue team.
Lee Sin trying to insec it, getting blown up.
It's really important when you play that Lee Sin that you don't go too deep, because you disengage and that happens.
Oh, fantastic Cyclone by Lee Sin into the tidal wave by Nami leads to a pretty easy pickup for Caitlyn. Vayne here, Kate can just get an auto attack off, can clean that up. Looks like she's gonna deal with helping her team peel out. Aqua Prison by Nami misses right between the uprights there.
And you can tell Caitlyn still wants to auto that Vayne. She's trying to get in range. She's laying down a lot of auto attacks. Now the purple is turning, she's gonna be able to chase.
That's a very smart conservative play, and while this is ARAM, it doesn't mean that the 5v5 mechanics are any different than a regular game. And it's definitely a kind of a good way to just see some higher level players execute some mechanically proficient moves, even if they're a little more dangerous than normal, and Vayne tumbling to her death. That is definitely not a move you would see in a normal 5v5. Lee Sin going in deep.
Beautiful resonating strike. He's going to walk out with a Shen on him and goes back in. Shen will land the kill on Lulu, and it looks like Yorick is the last one left. And his clone's up, so Blue just has to walk away now.
Kate's just going to be able to auto attack the clone down. They're probably going to pick up the turret here.
Yeah, Kate has the infinity edge. Her damage is quite high, and if she gets a crit or two off like that, she'll melt people. It looks like Shen's taking tower aggro and he's low. He'll link it out safely with Evan Flow's heal, though. Looks like the inhib tower will go down. Nocturne ults in on Shen, and then taunts away will be enough. Beautiful Aqua Prison, but Vayne going in on Kate and Shen.
Fantastic condemn there by Vayne against Caitlyn into the wall. That cleaned it up pretty easily. I think from here, Purple Team's going to try to pick themselves up a tower. Oh.
They might be able to get one or two here. He'll be close. Wukong with an invisible dash in. He's going to knock out the whole team before Vayne knocks him out. And a beautiful Gigantify is going to keep Vayne alive, but Wukong has finished him. Wukong goes down. The focus is Lee. Lee goes down.
And that just goes to show you, you know, while Lee Sin and Wukong can't lay down the damage without that Caitlyn in the background, the favored marksman of many professional league champions. And another execute by Yorick. That just shows a real awareness of his 10-second timer and some experienced ARAM play.
Yeah. One of the things you got to watch out for is your creeps to get to the tower first. If you try and do that strategy, because if your creeps make it there first, they'll aggro first.
Absolutely. And ult by Caitlyn. What is Nocturne over here farming the jungle a little bit? This is kind of a no-no, isn't it?
That is a no-no. However, I do not think blue team's going to notice. Nocturne gonna sneak around the long way to make sure blue team doesn't catch him in the act.
Super Metroid, you have been caught. You are being reported to the ARAM police. They will be at your door shortly.
slow, and she will barely make it out alive. Looks like Vane's ready to clean up. All of blue team is quite low.
Penta, Penta, Penta.
Looks like Vane will go down. It just takes a second of focusing him, and he is made of glass.
Not sure how Kate got the kill there on Nami. I'm a little confused on that one.
So it looks like this inhib might be going down. Oh, never mind. Just kidding. Those is Team Blue attacking Team Purple. Yes, the Purple Nexus, Purple inhib is going down right now. It looks like Lee Sin tried to suicide, but Nocturne was there to AS the tower.
Yorick can probably send him a memo on how to do that properly. Oh boy, Wounded Goat there on Yorick, knowing the intricacies of proper ARAM strategy.
It looks like blue team's just gonna run away here. Lulu with the Glitter Lance to land slow on Shen, and Nocturne gets the fear off.
Hank him on.
Kate is here. Beautiful Cyclone knocks up all of the purple team, but Wukong might be going down.
Stand united by Shen just to get Wukong out of there. It doesn't work. Aqua Prison hits 2. And Nocturne says, no ma'am, with a fantastic ult right on top of Caitlyn to close it up.
All of purple team is pretty low. It looks like they're going to try and die to tower. It was not long enough. Nami picks up the kill. Nocturne might be trying to suicide here as well, but Vane's tanking the tower. That is probably unintentional. Nocturne goes down to a super minion. That's rare.
Super minions need some love too. They got bills to pay. Need that gold. Well, I think at this point in the game, with your Vayne sitting at 14 kills, I think this is going to start to swing in the other direction. Lee Sin's just a little too glass cannon, and well, Nami has Magi's, so sometimes you just gotta go deep under the sea. Little Mermaid reference, really bad one. Very, very liberal use of the ultimate by Caitlyn.
It's got a pretty short cooldown, only 87 seconds, so it's definitely one of those abilities you can just start using all the time. Looks like the side lanes are going to pick up a kill themselves. When you get those super minions pushing, all the creeps in the other lanes, so the mid inhib went down, so the top and bottom lanes, all the creeps spawn with an extra 100 health. Looks like an insect play on Lulu.
Ooh. Yorick goes down. Double kill for Vayne. She might be able to kite this for the triple. Triple. Oh, goes down there. Looks like we got a triple kill for Kate.
That was a beautiful lane, or beautiful order of ults there out of blue team. And Nami ult into Cyclone, knocking up almost the entire team for the entire duration while Kate was ulting. But just to show the power of Vayne, Vayne still almost managed to clean up that team fight.
By the look of it, Caitlyn figured out someone farmed the jungle. They're probably watching the stream.
That is pretty funny.
You've been reported to the ARAM police. That is right, Jezie. You lay it down. Lay it down.
Looks like Coach Shen will pick up a kill with his Sunfire cape. Never underestimate the fire damage.
I heard it's double damage against plant types, but it doesn't really block any water damage.
I would think water would stop its damage. Or Nami trying to heal Shen there probably should disable his Sunfire cape.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to talk to Riot about adding that. Sunfire cape's damage is turned off for a 1 second interval. I mean, if Graves can get less damage from Leona, you know, Riot Graves.
Oh yeah, sunglasses OP.
Sunglasses.
So what blue team really needs to do here is just wait it out. The side lanes will keep pushing in their favor because the creeps have the additional health. So it's only a matter of time until the next towers go down.
And I definitely think purple team on the flip side definitely needs to get there. That good engage, needs to try to get one of them out of position, or one, Lee Sin and Wukong both have this tendency to go a little too deep.
They really need to play that to their advantage. The problem is Lee Sin Wukong has been able to almost wipe out Vayne every time they dive.
Lee Sin taking a lot of unnecessary harass there, but he's just gonna back off.
So it happens when you missed your resonating strike. That whole time it's on cooldown. Vayne is just free to attack you because you can't get closer to him.
Caitlyn trapping up the mid lane. Little trap music for you.
And Kate is just melting Vayne with just a crit.
Oh! Hard engaged by Nocturne, followed up by the command Shockwave on top of Nocturne there. He's able to CC most of the team for a good duration. And looks like we got a 4 for 0 with Nami making it out alive. Oh, good Aqua Prison there.
And that's really what purple team needed, was just a beautiful Nocturnal into command Shockwave, and then Vayne was right there ready and attacking the whole time while they had a Yorick pet. So there was two Vaynes attacking that entire team fight while those ults were going down.
This should lead to a nice inhibitor turret to kind of match it up. Nocturne's going down. Yep.
Beautiful Aqua Prison will knock up 4, and Shen is there with the ult to catch up any stragglers. Vayne is going to walk away. She was far enough away, but everyone else is still there. And the KO takes half of her health. That Vayne is made of glass.
I believe she's actually made of Night Hunter. I think it's not Vayne, the Glass Hunter. Just go.
So she hunts glass, and she's made of glass?
I believe so. That might be an alternate skin. Hopefully it'll come out with our Gay Pride Tarek.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think they need to make a Glass Cannon Lux. I think that would be fitting.
Glass Cannon Lux to go with, like, Barely There Tarek. Truly Outrageous Tarek. Glass Cannon Lux. You could go with a Diamond Hardcore Malphite if you just want to round it out,
I like it. Those inner towers are both getting pretty low, so it shouldn't be too long.
Oh, engage in by Wukong, followed up with the Cyclone, picks up the... Looks like the Yorick there. He CC'd the Yorick and the Lulu to start a good Dragon Kick to get the Yorick clone out of the fight there.
But here comes Vayne with the counter engagement. She is melting blue team. Shen goes down. He's focusing Wukong. He tumbles into the tower.
Lulu picking up a double kill. Ooh, Nami with a very, very good flash. She's thinking she can do the 10-second dance? I'm not sure about this one.
It's
15 seconds? Okay. Well, still. Fish are friends, not food, according to Hank M. That was still some very fancy technical play by Nami there. Either that or she just rised the keyboard and ended up in the right place. But, yeah, blue team's definitely going to have to answer this Vayne if they want a chance at taking this ARAM World Championship Season 12 trophy home for themselves. And one of the advantages I'd like to note for blue team is they have a very, very strong push composition. Which in ARAM is definitely something to be noted with the Ravenous Hydra and the Static Shiv on their team. They're going to be able to just shove that lane to their heart's content. In addition to the super minions they have available. Well, right now I think it's just waiting for Nocturne to see his opportunity.
Yep. And he's got a ball on him, so you know he's thinking about it. And all the ults are up right now. And Wukong goes in deep.
Wukong right on top of Vayne.
Lulu goes down. Vayne gets kicked over the wall. I think, or did he flash? I think he flashed. Yeah, he flashed over the wall. Cade's going down after Ori.
Looks like we got Nocturne going. Oh, fantastic taunt there by Shen on Vayne, but Vayne cleanses that off. And Vayne with tumble out of the Aqua Prison there. Vayne should be able to clean this one up pretty easily.
Vayne goes down. If she had gotten that third attack off before Wukong got his combo off, he would have been able to kill Vayne and probably survive. Might still out Nami's damage, but he did not. Looks like Yorick's going in on Nami and he'll pick up the kill with his poke easily.
I declare shenanigans on Nocturne. Yes. Yes. Nocturne returned to base to heal. No, Nocturne. That is your second. Oh, he's calling the inhib down rule.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, he asked his dad. His dad cleared him. That is true. S1 or Season 1 rules did have a caveat for when inhib was down. I think that was redacted in Season 2 due to the 3-hour ARAM game of 2013. It was a horrible time. I think a player got hospitalized due to exhaustion.
At some point, you gotta wonder what you're really committing to in ARAM, you know?
Yeah, so, I mean, everybody likes to raise their dongers once in a while, get a good Lux laser, maybe land a Blitzcrank hook, but sometimes you really just wonder what's the meaning of life and why am I ARAMing?
And Wukong going in with the big old high polished blessing and knocked up almost all of purple team.
Oh. Shockwave by Orianna, missing and while getting Nami there. But
beautiful Gigantifying.
Ooh! Wow.
And a beautiful glacial. Wow, those bubbles.
That was
really
an Aqua Prison. Well, the Death Cap Nami with her Magi Soul Stealer.
And another beautiful bubble picks up an easy kill on Orianna. And while they're pushing the base, the inhib respawns.
Typical inhib trolling. Very bold strategy here by Purple Team.
They just need to keep that inhib down. As you can see from the side lane, the inhib towers on the sides are almost going down. Just because of the disparity in creeps.
God bless side lanes by Next. Next makes a very good point. Kate popping off the ult there, letting Lulu know what's up. It's like Shin picking up his Tiamat for the requisite Tiamat Tuesday. A little bit of engage mid lane, not too surprising. I feel like it's a pretty strong lane to have some engages in, specifically in ARAM, but looks like Kate's just gonna orb walk this one out. Excuse me, orb walking doesn't exist in this game. It should.
Wants to engage, and not to go deep. They did not have the ball anymore though, so he is all by his lonesome. He'll go down. At the same time, Wukong, who went deep for Yorick, also went down.
So that was really just an interesting tank trade there. I do think Purple Team ended out ahead because they don't have to deal with Cyclone.
And a beautiful command shockwave will knock back 2 off of Vayne so he can keep attacking. But it looks like he'll be going down right now. No, he'll stay alive. Nope, Kate will finally pick it up.
Huge crit picking that one up for Kate there.
And that's probably the game here.
I do believe so. Let's see. Not sure if that was a crit or a headshot.
I think it might have been both.
Can your headshots crit?
I believe so.
That seems like I'll have to look that one up. That seems really strong. Like if you're able to land a critting headshot early game.
Critical strike damage is not applied to the headshot.
All right.
Damage.
Whew. Because I mean, let's 150%.
200%.
Yeah, that was.
Both of them.
That'd be old, reminiscent of the old crit plank. Enjoy my Q. This game's over. Get out of my lane.
Alright, well, I guess that was a good game.
So we're waiting to see here if we're going to have a refire. So in the meantime, I'm going to toss up the black screen I'm hoping we get